Now, believe it or not, I am one of the very few people who has not played Witcher 3 to death so far. I am actually still finishing off Witcher 2. I'm close to finishing that game off, and I've been holding off playing Witcher 3 until then. I've played through the tutorial a few times. I have a save in the first village so I can test out some mods, and of course I did play for several hours in Poland in a preview event. However, I have not played enough to test many of the mods that are coming out. However, there is one mod I would like to show you, and it's a mod that was suggested or asked for on another YouTube channel. The channel in question is Cam and Seb. Now, those of you who don't know Cam and Seb, they used to host a Skyrim modding show over on GameSpot, and they are really passionate about what they do and very entertaining, but they have recently gone their own way. They have their own channel, and they're going to continue doing that kind of thing. And the first show they have started is a similar show, but for Witcher 3. And on that show, they did mention wanting to disable the introduction videos, the loading videos that you get when you are playing, when you're loading up The Witcher 3. And of course, there is a mod that does exactly that. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, it is the movies that come up when you start the game. They start with this sort of trademark thing. They introduce the NVIDIA signs and so on, and it then goes into the introduction video, this. You can, of course, skip it at any time, and then you get another video, which is the storyboard video, and you skip this. And of course, there is this storyboard video that appears when you load your game.
With my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore.
Again, it is very, very cool, but you've probably seen it several times, and it can get a little tedious, so you end up hitting escape and space and desperately trying to skip through it. And so, if like Cam and Seb, you want to disable those, you can. You go along to the Disable Intro and Storybook Videos page and download the file. Download it manually. I'm going to download mine to the desktop. Once it's downloaded, it's a 7-zip file, an archive. I'm going to extract this archive again to my desktop. I'm going to right-click, go along to Extract to, and I'm going to leave the suggested name the same. So I'm going to open that up and have a look inside, and as you can see, I have a README and 3 folders. This is 3 different versions of the mod. One version that disables both the intro and the storybooks, and obviously one that disables the intro, one that disables the storybook. The intro is the video that plays when you start the game. The storybook is the one that plays when you load a save game. And of course, a README that you should read. That gives you the installation instructions right here. They're not that difficult. There are a couple of steps, and we're going to go through that now. First thing I'm going to need to do is open up my Witcher Wild Hunt game folder, which for me is on a separate drive under GOG The Witcher Wild Hunt. Of course, if you're using the Steam version, it will be under something like Steam Apps Common The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This time the target area is Content, Content 0, Bundles. Going to go into this area and you will see just a few bundle files. I'm going to disable both, so I'm going to go into the Disable Both folder in my extracted archive, and I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to copy them and copy them right into there. And by there, obviously, I mean Content 0 bundles. Once that has been done, you're going to run the bat file. For both, it's called Disable Both. For Disable Intro only, it'll be called Disable Intro. It's pretty obvious. Just double click it to run it. If you get this warning, don't worry, click Run. It should do its thing. It may take a few seconds. Once it's finished, press Return to quit. Once it's done, you have one last step. Let me close this so I can see this. and that is to go along to Witcher 3 content, content 0, movies, cutscenes, game start, bumpers. So that would be content, content 0, movies, cutscenes, game start, bumpers, and delete or rename the file bumpers USM. I'm going to delete it for now. And that's it. That mod has now successfully been installed. So I'm going to start up the game. A brief pause while it starts, and I'm straight into the menu. If I load the game, of course now I get a loading screen for a few seconds because the video was hiding that, but as soon as it's done, I'm in game, ready to play, no messing about. A very simple mod really, not that difficult to install as long as you follow the steps, and probably quite invaluable for people who are getting fed up of going through those movies every time, especially the sort of people who start up and close their game regularly to try out new settings or new mods. Now, just in case you decide you want to go back to having the movies, you decide to uninstall this mod, I can tell you that the easiest way to uninstall the mod is to simply go along to the content folder and delete content 0. Just go along and delete it. And then open up your Galaxy. If you're using GOG, your GOG Galaxy, go along to More, Manage, and Verify a Repair. What that will do is it will go through the files and it will find all of the vanilla files that you need and basically rebuild content 0 as it should be. And of course, if you have the Steam version, you would go along to the library, find the game in question. Now, I don't actually have that game, so I'm just going to pick a random game, right-click on it, go to Properties, Local Files, and hit Verify Integrity of Game Cache. That will go through the game the same way and get all of the required files back again. This process could take a few minutes depending on your internet speed, but it is the simplest method. There is probably a far more elegant way of doing this. However, if you want to try that, I'm afraid you're on your own. I tried a few things and I very easily got the introduction movie back, but not the storyboard movies. I needed to play around quite a lot. So this was just the easiest way I found to go back to the vanilla state. Okay guys, that is about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. Hopefully, once I start playing The Witcher 3 seriously, I will try out far more mods, game-changing mods, and of course, I will report back to you with my findings, and I hope you can join me for those, or, of course, for any of my other videos. You are more than welcome to join me on any of those. I look forward to seeing you at whichever video you return to, and until then, remember, as always, have fun.